Hey, and welcome back to the channel. We are live tonight, and whether you're watching live or whether you're watching the recording, welcome. I have my little helper here tonight, Miss Liberty, and she has been super duper excited about this broadcast, this video that we are doing tonight because and listen, this is why you want to make sure you're subscribed to the channel, you ring the notification bell, because you don't want to miss things like this. So tonight we are going to be making homemade DIY sugar scrubs and salt scrubs. So we're going to be making 6 different ones that you can use on your face, your body, and your feet. So we got everything. We got everything covered for you. We got face, we got body, we got feet, and 6 different scrubs. So we're gonna be using a combination of Epsom salts, sugar, and brown sugar. So what I will say is all of these, here's what I love about DIY scrubs, is there's not like one specific, you can't really mess it up. Does that make sense? If you like things less oily, you can add less oil. If you like things more oily, you can add more oil. But at the end of the day, you're gonna be able to customize these to exactly what you like, strong scents, not strong scents, but we are gonna get you started with some baseline recipes so you can get scrubbing your body. And by the way, let me just say before we get going, I really am a big fan of scrubs. When you're losing weight and you're dealing with things, not only does it promote like psychological, like well-being, but when you're losing weight and you're trying to reduce loose skin, obviously you want to moisturize. But when you use scrubs, it is working the body, it's promoting healthy healing in the skin, it's promoting healthy circulation, all of which is going to help with loose skin at the end of any weight loss journey, or let's just face it, aging. So, all right, the first scrub we're gonna make tonight is a warm vanilla sugar scrub.
Vanilla sugar?
Vanilla sugar? It's a warm vanilla sugar scrub. So the base for this one is going to be light brown sugar. So I'm gonna have 2 cups of light brown sugar right here. Next, we're gonna have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Also, we're gonna have 1 vanilla bean, and you're gonna scrape out the insides, and that's gonna go in here as well. If you don't have a vanilla bean, or if you're trying to save on money because vanilla beans can be expensive, then just add another teaspoon of vanilla. So you would use 3 teaspoons of vanilla if you don't have a vanilla bean. We're gonna have 1 tablespoon of almond oil, and I just like that for the smell. I think it really adds a lot to the aroma. And then we're gonna use essential oil. This one is cinnamon bark. You can also use the essential oil clove, but for this one, I'm gonna use cinnamon bark.
I love cinnamon.
Oh, it smells so good.
My mom is addicted to cinnamon.
I do like the taste of cinnamon, and I like the smell of cinnamon. So anyway, let's go ahead and whip up our first one. So those are the ingredients. I also have jars like this that we're gonna be making them in. You can get these online at Amazon. By the way, everything that I'm using, I will link below in the comments. I'll have in my Amazon favorites, I will have a DIY scrubs, and I'll link everything that's on Amazon that I'm using in there. But I love these wide mouth jars because when you're in the bathroom, you can stick your hand in and get the scrub out. If you have a little mouth jar, you're kind of like trying to do the 2-finger thing, or like, but this wide mouth, you can.
One finger, and that's very annoying. Me and my mom's done that before, and even me and mom both got our fingers stuck.
Well, we didn't get our fingers stuck, but this is much easier to do. Or if sugar settles, oil settles, and you want to mix it back up, like you can get your whole hand inside of the jar. So
instead of like 1 or 2 fingers.
So wide mouth jars is what I like to use. And again, all that'll be linked in down below will be my Amazon favorites, and there'll be a DIY scrubs that you'll be able to click on, and it'll show a lot of things that we're using tonight with links to be able to click and get them. So, all right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna start mixing everything right inside of this bowl. Okay, so we're gonna start with our brown sugar in the bowl. Liberty, can you pour the 1 tablespoon of almond oil in?
Let me pull this forward a little.
Nope, I need it right here so they can see.
Okay.
Good job, shake it.
Shrink.
Now can you pour the
Vanilla.
vanilla in?
Sorry.
Good job.
I'm trying not to drop it, so.
Now you're gonna put 5 to 10 drops of your essential oil, depending on how.
I want really scented. So is Mom. We love.
All right, so we just did 10 drops. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we are going to mix this up really well. That's what we're gonna start with.
Oh, careful not to drop it, Mom.
I'm gonna go ahead. I have a thing of oil here. I'm gonna go ahead and add another tablespoon to that. And then I'll show you when we get the right consistency.
I can smell it. Can you, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Mommy, how come you're in more?
I would rather add more oil than, you can't take it away once it's in there. Now, if you get too much oil, you can always add sugar, more sugar.
Yeah, and if you add too much sugar, then you can add more oil. Right, Mom?
Yes. So you can always fix it. You're never gonna break it, but you want it to almost be like a wet sand. Like a wet sand. So when you put this in your hands, it's going to...
That feels a little different. Like
Yep.
you just wet connects hand.
Now this is gonna be a really great, I like to use this one on my arms, on my face. There we go. So once we get that done, and you have the consistency you like and everything's wet, you're gonna take this and put it into your jar.
That one's a little thick.
Yep, this is a thicker one. Now, the cool thing about the scrubs we're making is they're all gonna be different consistencies. So this one's gonna be a little more sugar and a little less oil. But some of the ones we get later are gonna be a little more oil. And I just like, you know, this one I love to use on my face as a face scrub. So there we go. You're gonna put the lid on. Now, if you're using this as a gift, you can put a little ribbon around here with a label. Okay, so now that we have our first scrub done, and these will sit inside of here for several months. And I know I mentioned this, but I wanna mention it again. You can dress these jars up and make with a cute ribbon, a label, and these can make really cute gifts, DIY gifts, because scrubs are expensive. And you know, when you do it like this, it's a fraction of the cost. You can buy all the ingredients in bulk, have them around, and just make your own. And it's fun to do. You're controlling the ingredients. You can make it the way you like it. And if this is your first time making scrubs, you'll realize, okay, I like them a little oilier. I like them less oily. And for me, I like different ones. Like for my face, I don't like it as oily. I want more sugar than oil. I just want the oil to use as a binder and as a moisturizer. Hence why I use the almond oil or vitamin E oil in here. Now you can always use coconut oil in almost all these recipes. I'm using this right here. This is just a giant jar of coconut oil. Again, I will link that below. It'll be on my Amazon favorites. So you can just add everything and whatever. And Amazon typically is the cheapest place to get it. Not always, but typically. So our next one is gonna be a sugar honey scrub. This is also another one I like to use on my face. A lot of the sugar ones I like to use on my face, my neck area, because they're less abrasive than the salt scrubs, which we are gonna get to. So we're gonna start with that with 2 cups of regular white sugar, 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. We have 2 tablespoons of honey. And then for this one, you can really, I'm gonna use peppermint, but you could use citrus, like you could use a tangerine. You could either go like the more fruity, orangey side, or you could do a peppermint inside of this. And you're gonna do 10 drops of like a wild orange essence, a citrus fresh, tangerine, or I'm gonna use peppermint. So whatever appeals to you is what you could do. So again, we're gonna start right here in our bowl. Can you pour the coconut oil in for me?
I smell the coconut.
Yeah,
I always smell you with this on.
Yes, you do. So we're gonna put the coconut oil in. Make sure you get all of it.
This
All
is
right.
gonna be an oily one.
Okay, now I'm gonna do this one. We're gonna add our 2 tablespoons of honey.
Honey's all caramely.
And then we're going to mix.
And then it's forming a scrub.
Mm-hmm. I am gonna add my 10 drops of peppermint.
It's turning like a light yellow because the honey.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Wait, Mom, because the honey it's turning yellow.
Yep, the honey's sticky, so you gotta blend it in good.
And then the honey's just, I'm like overtaking everything.
And you can use a fork, you can use a spoon. You gotta get the honey off. Get off, honey.
Honey is very sticky. That's what we've experienced, right, Mom? Right?
And it'll take a second to get this all incorporated. If you like colors,
I love colors.
you can add a couple drops of pink.
Pink's my favorite color and my mom's. Right, Mommy?
And
Wow.
you can make the scrub.
We dropped some.
It's okay.
Yeah, because the...
Again, you just want to mix it. But there we go. So once it's all mixed up, you're gonna grab your
jar and put it
grab your jar
and scoop it on
and
in.
put it in.
I like the color.
I like the color too.
That's like my favorite shade of pink.
And I gotta tell you, when you use essential oils,
It smells good.
and I have an oil lady who I recommend getting one. If you don't have one, let me know. I'll refer you to mine. But she just is so good with recommendations and what to use and hooking me up with what I need and not any more than what I need. Maybe I'll link her information. I'll see if I can link her website in the link below so you can get a hold of her. And
Mom, that one's like full to the top.
she's got a YouTube channel as well where she explains stuff, but here we go. Here is our sugar honey scrub. And again, I like to use this one for the face, but truth is you could use this anywhere in your body. I just prefer the sugar ones on my face. So there's our second scrub. Okay, our third scrub. Now this one we're gonna change it up and we're gonna do a lavender salt scrub. And all the salt scrubs are what I like to use on my body. So we're gonna start off with 1 cup of regular Epsom salt. We have 1/2 cup of coconut oil. And then I have a lavender essential oil, and then some purple food coloring. So, all right, Liberty, can you go ahead and pour the oil into there for me, please?
With the thing, I'm just gonna like help
Very good job.
seal this. Then just shaky, like you would with a Milwaukee.
Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and just do a couple.
That.
1 drop of oil. And then for our lavender oil, you can do 10 to 20 drops. That was 11.
Oh, I thought it was 10.
I know, the last one dripped twice. And then we're just gonna mix it up. So this is a very simple one.
It's green pepper.
Okay. So we're mixing that up. And it's almost the color of our bowl. And again, if you want it, let's just say you wanted it a little more oily, okay? Then just take and add another tablespoon of oil if you want it more oily. And let's say you get it too oily. Go on and add another oil. Let's just say you like it really oily, like some of the ones on the market. You can add another tablespoon. So then we added 2 more tablespoons, just like this.
My mom likes to buy scraps really oily.
This is actually right here, probably my preferred texture right here. So for me, for this one, it'd be a 1/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons. So we got almost a 1/2 cup of oil that we used in this one. And it's pretty, It smells amazing. If you have fresh lavender, you can put some of that in here. You can put some chamomile, and there we go. So let's go ahead and add this one to our jar.
It's colored just like the eye, pink and purple.
So there is our third scrub right here. You can
That
see
one
how.
didn't feel that much.
No, you could actually double it unless you had a smaller jar. So there's our third scrub. That is our lavender salt scrub. Great for the body. All right, now we're gonna continue on with the salt scrub. Okay, so this next one is gonna be an oilier one. So for those of you that like a more oily one, and you can swap out any of the essential oils depending on what you have, which preferences you like for smells, and all of that. So with this one is gonna be a chai cinnamon scrub. Chai, so any lovers of chai tea, this is gonna be for you. So we are starting with 1/2 a cup of Epsom salts, 1 cup of coconut oil, and then I have basically chai tea right here that's inside a packet. So let me show you what I'm gonna do with this. How we're gonna use just a chai tea packet. And this one, oh, it smells so good in the shower. So you're gonna take your chai tea packet. You're gonna cut off the top. And then you're gonna take it and pour the contents inside of a bowl. So we're gonna use 2 chai tea packets, and this is what that looks like.
It's like, Mom, your hair.
Long hair hazard. Hair gets in the oil.
Mommy, there's oil on my hand.
That's okay. All right. Just wipe your hands and keep going. And we're going to pour that in. Then I'm gonna let you pour the tea in 1 second, baby. We're gonna take our 1 cup of coconut oil and pour that right in.
That's more oil than salt.
Yep.
That's gonna be mostly oil.
Now, can you take
the tea?
Yeah.
And that's probably gonna start getting like all brown.
No, I'm gonna take the clove, and I'm gonna add 10 drops of clove.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
No, but the first couple didn't come out. There we go.
Okay.
And then we're going to mix this up.
Oh. Yep, that's turning all brown. Mom, I don't think that's gonna be a scrub. I think it's gonna be water. Mom, if you mix it water.
Liberty, stop talking or you're out of the video for good. So this is the only one we're making where it's equal ratios. So we have 1 cup of oil to 1 cup of salt. And you can see this one's much runnier. It's gonna be much more oily. And this is gonna be very similar to a lot of the ones you buy at like a Bath and Body Works, the salt scrubs. They're gonna be almost a 50/50 ratio of scrub to oil. And you can see like the chai tea just kind of mixes. And if you don't like a strong cinnamon scent, then start with your 10 drops. If you want it a little more cinnamony, then just add 10 more. 8, 9, 10. So for me, I have a total of 20 drops of the clove inside of here. And 1 cup of Epsom salt, 1 cup of the coconut oil. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and put that in our container.
It looks like white soya.
And this is what this one looks like. And the good thing about this one is the sand will settle and the salt will settle and the oil will come to the top, but before you use it, you can shake it up. And this one I really enjoy to use after I've been outside, I've been in the sun, I'm coming back from the beach, because it's gonna give my skin a little bit extra moisture in the shower. So love this one for that, especially in the summertime. And if I'm really in the sun and I wanna get some dead skin off, this is great. Or actually in the wintertime when you have really dry skin. And again, just a reminder, this is an oily one. Again, I like having a very oily one and a little bit less oily one, depending on what the needs of my skin are. But you can always dial, instead of a cup of oil, you could use 3/4 of a cup of oil, depending on, but if you ever go to Bath & Body Works and you look at their scrubs, you're gonna see the salts, and then you're gonna see a layer of oil on top of the salts. And then you mix it up before you use it, take the salts out, and there you go. So that is our 4th scrub. Let's go ahead and move on to our 5th one. We got 2 left. So our 5th one, we're gonna go back to sugar. So this is gonna be a lavender vanilla sugar scrub. So we have 1 cup of sugar. We have 1/2 cup of almond oil. And again, if you don't have almond oil, you can use coconut oil. We have 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And then we're gonna use 15 drops of lavender, okay? So here we have our bowl. Okay, so we're starting with our 1 cup of sugar. To that, we are gonna add our 1/2 cup of almond oil. Now, if you have vitamin E oil, you can also add a little bit of that to this, but it's not required. We are gonna do 1 teaspoon of vanilla. If you don't have pure vanilla, if you have imitation, then up it to 2, just for smell reasons. We're also gonna add 15 drops of lavender.
I was counting.
And then to this one, I'm gonna add a little bit of green. Green just makes me feel like the spa when I'm looking at a green scrub. And then I'm gonna mix this in, mix it all together. So we're gonna take our jar when we're all done. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like lavender and vanilla.
And I can kind of smell the sugar.
That's the vanilla. And we're just gonna put that right inside of our jar. So here we have our 5th scrub, which is our lavender vanilla. Okay, our last but certainly not least is gonna be a peppermint antibacterial foot scrub. And so I have a little bit of a smaller jar for this one, and I have a plastic lid. Okay, and that's what this is gonna go in for a foot scrub. So we are starting with 1 cup of salt. There we go, 1 cup of salt, okay? Next, we are gonna be going with a 1/4 cup of coconut oil. I have 1 tablespoon right here of pure Castile soap. This is going to be great for antibacterial when you're washing your feet. And then 15 drops of peppermint. So we're gonna start adding everything into our bowl. We're gonna add our 1 tablespoon of Castile soap right in there. And mind you, this one happens to be a peppermint one, but they have all different flavors. Then we're gonna take our 1/4 cup of coconut oil. I'm gonna take my 15 drops of peppermint. Oh, 16 snuck in. So 15 drops of peppermint. And then I'm going to literally take 1 drop of the food coloring. Last time 2 drops snuck in on me, but I only want 1 drop. Stir that all up. And then we're going to add our foot scrub into our little jar here. Get any little bits that fell. I'm gonna put our lid on.
The white matches.
And there is our 6th peppermint antibacterial foot scrub. That right there is like a frickin' amen in a jar. So here are the oils we made today. We have warm vanilla sugar scrub, sugar honey scrub. We have a lavender salt scrub. We have our chai cinnamon scrub. We have our lavender vanilla sugar scrub. And then we have our peppermint antibacterial foot scrub. There they are. For the oils today, I used lavender, clove, peppermint, cinnamon bark, have some citrus fresh and some tangerine. I am not a Young Living distributor, nor is this sponsored. These are just the oils that I have in my house that I use. But there's several good oils on the market, so whatever one you have that you prefer, you can substitute and use, and it'll work just great. So that concludes our Tuesday night live video. Let me know in the comments if there's any others. Listen, I've probably made 20 different, I would say 30 different scrubs over the years. And there's probably about 15 that I make again. The other ones I don't, but these are definitely ones that I like, I go back to, I keep the recipes, I keep them in my rotation. And what I love about scrubs is you can really tweak them to your own personal preferences, to your own personal consistencies. And they're a great, cheaper alternative to going to the store and spending $10 to $30 for one jar of scrub when it can cost a fraction of the price just for doing it at home. And it's a great thing to do with kids, grandkids. It's a great gift. And stay tuned, we're gonna be having a video coming up on bath bomb making. So if you like scrubs, but you also like bath bombs are expensive. You can pay up to $10 to $20 for one bath bomb. One bath bomb, $5 to $6 for the big ones at Walmart. And again, you can make them for a fraction of the price at home. They make great gifts. You could put a basket together with some scrubs. You know, you do a face scrub, you do a foot scrub and a bath bomb, and you have a homemade gift that I can't think of anybody that wouldn't love. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to smash that like button, and we will see you on the next one.